Item J, discussion and any necessary action regarding the council liaison program. One thing that when we created this about a year ago, I have a note that we were going to review at a certain period of time. We have not done that in the last year, so this is our chance to just review it, to reassign liaisons to departments now that we have new council members and any other discussion that we may have. So I will open it up to council for input on their thoughts on this program.
I say we leave it like it is and place these other two in the positions that have left.
I'd like a definition of why the council needs to have a liaison to the various departments. When we have managers that run those departments, they're responsible to the mayor and to the council.
No, the liaison is just so that they need something. It's no big, it's no real duty. It's just so, let's say the city board owners need something. They can actually go to that person and say, "Okay, we need something." You talk to the mayor.
Is that the job of their manager? If they,
Yeah.
they go to the manager and say, I need, new gloves, or I need a new hammer, or whatever. That's basically the manager's responsibility to manage his department.
I'll make a motion, we leave it like it is.
The initial discussion, a lot of people wasn't here, or probably wasn't here, when I brought this up. I was the one that brought the liaison program up. We had rave reviews. We got it from the fire department. Some of the members on the fire department at the cities where they work, and they do have a liaison program. Wichita Falls, ISD, the ISD has it, the city has it. There's other cities in the Texas, out Texas, that has a liaison program. I worked with the liaison program. Michelle's asked me to work with the public works supervisor, Lance, on a couple of projects. Asked me, would you get with Lance? Let's work the deal out. And because she felt so, it was something that tied the council with her or the city's employees, that we all work together to accomplish something. And it was just basically, let's sit down and look at this, look at that, and report it. When we reported it back to the mayor. And that way, it took a little of the burden off the mayor. Said, well, I'll have to make time. It enhances the unity of the council together, that they're going to work together. And it's not to say that I'm any better because I need this program or that Ronnie needs a certain program. Sometimes that department head may not be able or may feel uncomfortable going to the mayor and saying, I think we need this. Maybe if they would sit down and talk it out, have the discussion before that department head went to the mayor, it might be a little bit less easy. They may have worked together or worked and planned out a plan of thought or a train of thought to get something their way. Michelle's worked, knows it. I worked with Lance on this, on the liaison program.
She's asked me to do stuff too.
She's asked Ronnie to help on the liaison program. I feel as though it's just it's a tool that she can utilize and call upon the members of the council to help her and relay back to her, hey, do you have time to help Lance? Do you have time to help Angie? Do you have time to help anybody on the city or anybody anywhere? Do you have time to help them through this program? Or they're struggling a little bit to see what we need to prod them along or which direction they're going. It takes a little bit of the burden off of the mayor. And I don't think it says that the mayor's not doing her job, and I don't think Michelle feels as though that any of us have tried to go behind her back to do her job. If we have, I think you'd already told us about it.
Okay, Councilman Robeson?
Yes.
I think, as you stated, that the mayor has asked you to serve in a capacity of working with one department. Councilman Moore said that the mayor had asked him to provide a similar type service. These departments, they report up through the executive branch. They report to the mayor. If the mayor chooses to have you serve in that capacity, then that's the mayor's decision. I don't believe that it is in scope for the council to say that they have a liaison with a different group. In fact, I will challenge you to show me the state statute that shows we even have the authority to do that. That is the executive that has that authority. So if you want to help the mayor may ask you to help, and then you can go work with that department using the mayor's authority.
I make a motion, we leave it in the process like it's going.
Before we vote on that, is discussion over? Anyone else have anything to say?
I think we should have further discussion on this. I mean,
Then let's discuss
I
it.
mean, Tim and Mr. Robinson, I appreciate your definition. And I think if it's in the case of a specific problem that we're having with the city, I think that's an ideal thing to do. If we have expertise in that area, and we can go and help the department work through a problem and then report back. But I would just take that on a case-by-case basis, not on a continually operational basis. I mean, you get to the point where the council member is actually working with the manager and possibly influencing that manager on his job. If he can't do his job, then possibly he needs to be replaced.
I don't think this.
And if we have a specific problem, that's, you know, like I mentioned before, if you have the expertise to work on that problem, yes, by all means, please do. But just in that one instance.
It sounds like we have two schools of thought. One is we have an official program with assigned roles, or we go with an ad hoc thing where we do it as needed and don't have a formal program in place. That's a council's decision whether to keep it in place or not. I don't think we need a motion to keep something in place. I think if someone wants to make a motion to change what's already in place, then that's the motion that we need. With that being said, whichever way we go, my intention is that the city employees and the council work as a team with the same goal, and we're not going to work against each other anymore. We're going to move forward, and whichever program is in place, I don't care as long as we're doing that goal, because that's what I'm challenging the employees to do, is to move forward. We're going to draw a line in the sand. Whatever's happened May 12th in the past, we're not going to focus on that. We're going to focus on May 13th, which is tomorrow. I have a lot of things to do tomorrow, not what happened yesterday. So I just want everybody to get on board with that, and whichever way we go with this program, realize that the mayor is the administrative head of the city. I am going to do my job, and I need the support of this council to do that, whichever way you decide.
Mayor,
we just move forward.
Truly, the liaison has no power. All we were doing, all it actually is used for is for them to come to you, let you know if they have a problem. They get to you, that you make that decision. We're not in a position to tell you.
Ronnie, we can't hear
We're
you.
not in a position to tell you what to do. It's not this. That's not what this is all about. This is to come to you if they have a problem and they need to get a hold of you. And recommend something. And if you say no, then that's no.
Either way it goes, I just want us all to be on the same team. We're not going to always agree about how to do it, but we've got to move forward. We owe it to the public. You know, we owe it to the taxpayers to be good stewards of their money. And all the infighting we cannot tolerate any longer, and I will not tolerate it.
I think we need to reinforce that all the employees know that they report and take direction from the mayor, not from the council. So I move that we rescind the council liaison program.
Okay, I have a motion. Do I have a second to that motion?
I'll second it.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. All in favor of rescinding the program? All opposed?
She said all opposed.
Do we have anybody abstaining? Are you abstaining?
Can you speak up?
We have a motion. So are we going to leave it at a tie? Okay, awesome.
What are we doing there?
Tie.
Well, the mayor
We-
brings all time.
Hold on just a minute, guys. We have a motion to rescind the program. We have a second. We have a tie on 2 for, 2 against, 1 is abstaining from voting. So that leaves it to the mayor to decide. This program, while I understand the reason it was created, I think it opens up some more problems. I don't want to negate the merits of the program, which is to get the council members involved in the different departments and help them to be more informed, to lead their expertise, such as Tim. Tim understands public works, and I've relied on him for that, and I want to continue to be able to do that. If there's something I don't have the strength in, I'd like to rely on my council members to help wade through information. I would like to vote to discontinue the program, but still keep the spirit of the program alive and still utilize the council members. That does not mean that council members cannot still discuss things with the department heads, ask information, have discussions. I'm not saying that they cannot have that relationship. I would prefer that we discontinue the program, so that is my vote.